Hello, my name is Dieter van der Eycken, and today we're going to compare the S1 4.8 to the Blade 4.7. They are the two sails that have been in the range for 20 years at Severne and are the two most popular sails. First thing we're going to look at is the obvious things. Blade is a 5-batten sail, S1 is a 4-batten sail. Weight-wise, there's 60 grams difference. The S1 is a touch lighter than the Blade, as you can see on the specs. Now let's roll them out, lay them on each other and see how the outline is different. So first I'm going to unroll the S1 nicely. Second, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unroll the Blade. I'm going to try and line up the bottom part as good as I can. Then I'm going to go quickly to the top, line it up. So first thing I notice here, the Blade is a bit longer. Despite it being a smaller size sail, it is a little bit longer, not much. In the specs, we see 1 cm. Boom is pretty much identical. The S1 is a touch shorter. It's a 158 boom versus a 160 boom. Obviously, we have the batten layout that is a bit different. And what you can clearly see here, obviously we're on the beach, so it's not perfect, is there is quite a bit wider top on the S1 than there is on the Blade. So the Blade seems a bit more high aspect, narrower top, which gives that more control. The S1 is a wider top basically, which gives us a little bit low end power. It is windy, so I'm quickly gonna rig up the sails and we're gonna try and get out there on the water. All right, let's quickly rig the 4.8 S1. Whoa, it's windy. Out of my experience, the S1 has a little bit more luff curve, meaning on the downhole, how are you gonna feel a sail has more luff curve? A sail has more luff curve if on the downhole, it costs you a lot more energy to put the right tension. So with the S1, with a nice loop and go system, I need to put quite a lot of tension, okay? As you see, I've had it on 6, it says 5, so I'm gonna leave a little bit of a gap. Personally, I sometimes, if it's light wind, I put it even on 4, but let's do it on the specs now. So it's on 5 approx, and as you see, the sail in the camera has a pretty open leach. So quickly, I'm gonna put the boom on. Up. Boom is 158, as we can see. So quickly go here. What I like to do is with the S1, which is my sail I always use, I'm gonna pull till I feel a little bit of tension. So I pull till I feel a little bit of tension, and then I do just a little bit more. Okay, that gives enough depth in the sail, which is created by the battens a lot, and I have a roughly still 1 cm space. So I had it now on 158, still has a bit of space. Okay, so as you see, if you would look down the sail, it has a very open leach. The S1 has to have a lot of open leach, and that's the extra luff curve that is in there, which gives it a lot of control for being a 4-batten sail. All right, let's quickly rig the Blade. So we're here with the Blade already. I already put in the mast. I put on the extension. It was a touch easier. Put it on 6, left a little bit open. Okay, as we see, it has a quite open leach again, but the profile is quite a lot flatter. Okay, this is to give you a lot more control. So let's put on the boom, see how it is. And then yeah, I'm really curious to try both. I haven't sailed the Blade in a while, so it will be nice to try. So the boom is 160. Same thing, a bit like the S1. What I've heard is you feel a bit of tension, just a touch more, okay? From what I've heard, the Blade likes to be rigged a little bit more baggy. I rigged my S1 4.8 with my 84 stone, the setup I'm used to the most. So that's gonna be our benchmark. Afterwards, I'm gonna use the 4.7 Blade. Current conditions, it is pretty windy for the 4.8, so I might be a touch overpowered. And yeah, the thing I wanna do is I wanna try a forward, I wanna try a back loop, try a top turn, try to get a 360 in, and see if I can try the same tricks on both sails and give feedback on that. So yeah, let's get on the water. It's windy, let's go. just came off the water with the 4.8. Conditions are pretty tricky out there. It is very northerly, so it comes in very onshore in Cabezo. I was struggling a little bit on the 360s, but I got a few turns in. I got a good feeling for the sail, and now I'm gonna take the blade, and I'm really curious how that goes. So I just came off the water with the blade. First time I tried it in a long time. And it's extremely stable, like in a straight line, it's solid, it doesn't move. What I did have to get used to is in the back loops, I had to move the sail more because it stayed in its same place. And with the wave riding the same, to get going in the bottom turn, I definitely had a little bit less power, and maybe I should have put a bit less out haul on it. But yeah, overall I would say very stable sail, very controllable. Just missing that drive for me in the bottom turn, and in the back loops I also had to move it more. So I think it's way more controllable than the S1, but then the S1 has that extra gear which I really like. I think very clearly to me is the point of pressure that's very different between boats. On the blade, the pressure is a lot more higher up, giving me a lot more upright stance. For both riding and jumping, this means that the board is a lot looser. So for jumping, this is great because I get quicker on the plane, I can accelerate quicker, and I get a little bit more height. For riding, it's quite different for me, because in riding it means the board is less engaged. This means I can drive less from the bottom, and also on the top turn, you can really clearly see on the footage, I'm blowing out the tail quicker. The S1 has a lower pressure point and a little bit more to the back, meaning I have a little bit more backhand power, and what that allows me to do is in the wave ride to really create more speed in the bottom turn. I really like this, and that's also why on the top turn, because of that lower power point, I can engage the rail a little bit better. So are you looking for a sail that's very secure, gets you upright stance, and very predictable? I would say the blade is your choice. So if you're sailing in quite gusty winds or want a sail that's just super predictable, I would stick to the blade. Are you looking to improve your wave riding? Are you really someone who wants to drive more from the board, drive more in the top turn, and wants a little bit of forgiveness on the top turn? Then I would suggest to go more to the S1. Okay, so in general, if you're a low boom rider, then the S1 might actually be more your choice. If you're a bit more high stance, you want the boom a little bit higher, and you want a more upright stance, more light on your feet stance, then the blade will probably be yours. Hope you liked the clip. If you have questions, let me know in the comments below, and remember to subscribe to watch the next clips. See you then.